Hi, and welcome back to Plan 9 Crunch. I'm Joe Gibson, and every week we direct your attention over to some books we enjoyed. Usually we read a page from a book of choice, but sometimes I take on a body of work, large or small, to discuss in lieu of a more focused recitation. Titanic Creations, founded by Mac McClintock, has been trying to break into the kaiju toy industry, first with original creatures sold with comic books, and more recently with articulated figures of licensed characters: Yongari, Giant Claw, Reptilicus, Gorgo, and more. The first phase of their storytelling, through 2 comic issues sold between their first 4 original kaiju, culminated in Soul War, an epic tale showing the 4 kaiju and some humans colliding. And I brought that for a reason I'll get to in a second. Now, they recently released their Gorgo Legacy comic, and I pre-ordered that. As I'm recording this, it's late. I wanted to talk about that today, but I'm probably going to have to contact Titanic Creations through the website about this. By the nature of the thing, this video will go up after that communication's taken place, so I will have to get back to you. In a few months to let you know if I've got Gorgo Legacy and what my thoughts on it are. But I hold no ill will toward Titanic Creations. I'm on their email list, I trust them as sellers, and I think they're truly exceptional as to what they do. As well as Soul War, I have brought the only figure I bought, Nosferadon, and I brought that because the detail's truly astounding. You'll see in a second. The character they built across Nosferadon's comic issue and his leading role in Soul War is a very interesting one for the genre. Okay, so I brought the box here. It comes with a cool box, short little comic issue introducing Nosferadon because he has the larger role in Soul War here. This is illustrated by Brendan Purchase and written by Matt McClintock. Pretty breezy thing. We'll get to that in a second. But here is the toy. I've already unboxed this before, but not on camera. I have more interest in the comics than the toys, though I'm considering maybe adding Gorgo, the latest repaint of Gorgo, eventually. I don't know. It's fun. That's the only Gorgo thing there is. So I have no idea how this unboxing will sound in the final audio, but take comfort in the fact that for me, this sounds completely normal right now. Also, I'll screen the video before it goes up, so I'll experience whatever audio distortion this makes. Striking silhouette right off the bat. Articulation cuts are complex. You get the full swivel there, full swivel around the foot too, and the tail's going to move. This is already more than you'd see on a Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla type thing. Can this one go all the way through? Yes, it can, in its rotation. The arms are a little bit less posable, but you'll see in a second why that's interesting. Translucent wings, and all sorts of jagged spikes that are uneven but come out looking good. There's some paint scuffed from age, and some dust because this is usually on a shelf for me, but yeah. Now, what's interesting about the pose here, he's Nosferadon, Nosferatu. He's a vampire kaiju. And look, he can put his arms up like he's aghast at things. He can put his hand to do some magic spell. All the classic vampire poses you could want and more. But he's a kaiju. And so then you're thinking, okay, he's a bad guy. But he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. Because as cool as this thing is, there's really not much reason, unless you collect toys, to have this. But the character that is displayed across these issues is very interesting. He's almost like a soul vampire, but for good. He strikes back at oppressors, and he befriends Wolf, a young German boy in 1930s in the mountains here. And they'll be major players in Soul War, which is set in 1942. 30 years after Titanicus' first issue, that's their main flagship kaiju, and 12 years after this. there's really not much here to critique, except some foreshadowing of some later events. Buildings that are on fire. Nosferadon among them, but also another kaiju. And I don't know if that other kaiju is meant to be Griffixus, who appears in Soul War, if it's meant to be a different kaiju. Griffixus goes through multiple forms here, so let's see if I can find a good picture for you. Usually a griffin-looking kaiju. Less articulation cuts as far as I understand. See, it even says here, height varies, weight varies, because it just keeps changing. It's the deadliest cryptid in the book, but yeah. So jumping back ahead. Wolf is now a vengeful character using Nosferadon to strike back at the Nazis for kidnapping his parents and, I believe, killing them. However, there's also another plotline here, because really this is the 4 kaiju having subplots that then converge in a big final battle. So, oh, it's not going to say it on the back. Tom Benson is like the actual main character. Though Wolf and Nosferadon are the emotional hook to get you invested in the story, Tom Benson's the standout character. And he has a starring role in Gorgo Legacy. That's one of the draws, honestly, for that book. I don't want to spoil too much about Soul War, but Benson, while technically being an audience surrogate, is a natural underdog that steps up into being the hero of the story through his bravery. He's a ranger, park ranger, that interacts with the 2 heralds of Griffixus that are just 2 innocents brought into this that are morphed into aliens, essentially. And then from there, he gets involved with Project Serenity, I believe it's called. He joins their ranks, but first let's see, does he punch out Erwin Rommel? He takes a major role in the end of this to resolve the thing. Because Wolf has a different plot line. I actually forgot about Wolf interacting with the Soul Curator. It's called Soul War. Nosferadon eats souls. So the stakes are kind of high and otherworldly for much of the stuff happening here. As such, Griffixus warps the soul in some ways. And there's a backstory with Griffixus and Nosferadon. I don't want to get too much into that. I don't want to get too much into Scaraeus either. Titanicus, I probably should have started with Titanicus. That is their flagship kaiju. It's Godzilla, essentially, but with the iceberg that knocked down the Titanic on his back. Take a little spread of him. He's the top one here. And he's sort of an anti-hero kaiju. See, he's going to free some guys on a ship there. And this issue hints at a further elaborated backstory with him and maybe Atlantis. Should I spoil that? That's sort of the ending button there. I don't know. Look into this if you would like to. I would recommend it pretty highly. It's $20 was the initial price. It's $10 on their website right now on a deal, if the deal still holds, granted, as of when I'm recording this. But yeah, Mac McClintock wrote Titanicus and Nosferadon, those issues here, but also wrote this. And Patrick McAvoy has also worked on this, and he is coming from, I think, actually licensed, syndicated. He's an award-winning illustrator, designer, and art director with many previous works. And yeah. I'm looking forward to Soul War. Hopefully I can get my hands on it. Hopefully I haven't wasted the $20 on nothing. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. And thank you all for watching. We have a lot of other reads, some more traditional, others more abstract on the channel. We have a lot of other videos as well. We have a blog. And thank you all for watching. That's a wrap.